There is one quiet enemy that takes away more dreams than failure ever can. Laziness. Not only the kind that keeps you in bed for hours, but the kind that tells you, begin tomorrow. You have enough time. Take one more break. It sounds safe and harmless, yet day after day, that voice steals your chances, your confidence, and even the future you could have built. The painful truth is that many people do not fail because they lack talent. They fail because they never give themselves a true opportunity. They postpone, they doubt, they wait. And as they wait, life continues moving forward. Success is not a mystery. It is not based only on luck, and it is not magic. It comes from effort, discipline, and steady action. Understand this clearly. Laziness does not mean you have no ability. It means you are not taking disciplined action. You may have great talent. You may carry smart ideas and powerful potential. But potential that never becomes action will remain only potential. The world does not reward what you might have done. It rewards what you actually do. Think about the people you respect. They were not necessarily born with more discipline than you. At some point, they made a choice. They chose to act. They chose to improve. They chose to continue, even when they did not feel ready or motivated. They understood an important truth. Feelings change, but discipline can remain. A successful person is not someone who feels motivated every day. A successful person is someone who acts even when motivation is missing. When the alarm sounds, they rise. When the work becomes hard, they keep going. When results take time, they stay committed. This is how normal people become remarkable. In this message, we will look at how to overcome laziness, develop discipline, control your habits, and become someone who takes action each day. Your dreams are waiting. Your potential is waiting. Your future is waiting. The real question is simple. Will you continue waiting, or will you finally move? Get up. Start acting. Build discipline. The life you want begins when you stop giving excuses, control, and start taking steps forward. Every day, your mind is giving you instructions. Sometimes it says, do the work. Other times it says, maybe tomorrow. Sometimes it pushes you forward. Sometimes it pulls you backward. And the direction of your life depends on which voice you choose to follow. Most people want success. They want a better future, better health, better finances, better opportunity. That is what makes laziness so dangerous. It does not destroy your future in one dramatic moment. Instead, it takes your future little by little, one delayed day at a time. Most people imagine laziness as doing absolutely nothing. That is only one form of it. Often, laziness is much quieter. It hides inside excuses. Next Monday. I'm waiting for the right opportunity. Tomorrow will be better. These sentences may sound innocent, but they can become expensive habits. Tomorrow often turns into next week. Next week becomes next month. Then, without noticing, months become years. Success is built from a few simple habits repeated each day. Notice that phrase, each day. Success develops daily, and failure develops daily too. The difference may be hard to see at first. One helpful choice each day moves you forward. One lazy choice each day slowly pulls you back. At the beginning, the gap looks small. With time, it can become huge. Laziness is patient. It does not need to shout. It simply whispers, stay a little longer. You deserve another break. While you listen to those messages, opportunities continue moving. Life keeps moving. People who are working towards success keep moving as well. Dreams usually do not vanish overnight. They slowly become weaker. This does not always happen because you stopped believing in them. It often happens because you stopped doing the work required to reach them. Dreams require action. Goals require effort. Potential requires discipline. Without action, even the biggest dream remains just an idea. Do not ask for life to become easier. Ask yourself to become stronger. Better people do not wait for perfect conditions. They begin with their current situation and use what they already have. They know that taking action creates opportunities, while endless waiting rarely does. Have you noticed that the hardest part of most tasks is starting? After you begin, the work often feels less difficult. Momentum starts to form. Confidence starts to rise. But laziness tries to stop you before that momentum appears, because it understands a powerful fact. Someone who is already moving is much harder to stop. Think about a farmer. A farmer cannot wait until harvest time before planting seeds. The planting must happen early. It must happen quietly and consistently. If the farmer delays, there may be nothing to collect later. Life follows the same pattern. The effort you make today produces tomorrow's rewards. The laziness you accept today can create tomorrow's regret. Many people say they want success, but desire alone is not enough. Almost everyone wants a better life. Far fewer people are willing to build one. Building demands work. It demands sacrifice. It demands consistency. The real tragedy is not simply that people fail. It is that many never truly start. They spend years preparing, planning, thinking, and waiting for the perfect moment. But success does not reward good intentions by themselves. It rewards execution. Ask yourself, what has procrastination already cost you? Maybe it was a business you never opened, a skill you never learned, a book you never finished, or a dream you never followed. Those losses are real, even if no one else can see them. Laziness does more than waste time. It damages your trust in yourself. Every promise you make and break sends a message. I cannot depend on myself. After enough time, that message can become part of your identity. The reverse is also true. Every promise you keep increases your confidence. Every action you complete strengthens your belief. Every disciplined choice develops your character. Discipline connects your goals to your achievements. Without that connection, your dreams remain distant. But each action adds another part to the path leading toward them. You do not have to rebuild your entire life today. You only need to stop postponing today's responsibilities. Read one chapter. Exercise for 20 minutes. Spend 1 hour working on your goal. Make one important phone call. Take one small step. One step leads to another, and then another, until you realize that you have gone much farther than you expected. The future is not created someday. It is created now, in decisions that receive no applause, in work nobody notices, and in habits nobody sees. That is where success begins. Quietly, steadily, and patiently. So stop promising yourself that you will begin tomorrow. Tomorrow is uncertain. Today is real. Today gives you an opportunity, and today gives you responsibility. Every day you delay is a day you will never receive again. Every day you act is a day that brings you closer to the life you want. Let me tell you something important. Laziness can be powerful, but discipline is stronger. Laziness tells you to wait. Discipline tells you to begin. Laziness offers comfort for a short time. Discipline offers growth and rewards that last much longer. One gives temporary pleasure, the other helps create a better life. The decision is yours. Discipline is the connection between your goals and your accomplishments. Think about every dream you have. It is waiting on the other side of that connection. You cannot reach it through excuses. You cannot reach it through procrastination. You cross that distance through discipline, one decision, and one step at a time. Many people think motivation is what they need most. They wait to feel inspired. They wait until they feel prepared. But motivation cannot always be trusted. Some days it appears, and some days it does not. If your future depends entirely on motivation, your future will remain uncertain. Discipline works differently. It does not ask how you feel. It asks what needs to be done, then begins the work. Success is made from simple disciplines practiced again and again. It is not usually built through one huge moment. It comes from small choices. Waking up instead of sleeping longer. Reading instead of scrolling. And working instead of making excuses. Each choice may seem minor, but when you repeat it daily, it becomes powerful. Every morning you have an inner conversation. One voice says, "You have done enough. Skip today, it will not matter." Another voice says, "Continue, stay committed, complete what you began." The voice that wins is the one you decide to follow. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a form of self-respect. It shows that your dreams matter, that your future matters, and that your promises have meaning. Whenever you keep your word to yourself, you become stronger, not only physically, but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Imagine a builder making a house. He does not complete the entire building in one day. He places one brick, then another, and then another. Some days, the work is slow. Some days, it is frustrating. Still, he continues. Eventually, the house is standing. Your life is built in the same way. Each disciplined action is another brick. Each excuse removes one. So ask yourself, what are you building? The best part about discipline is that practice makes it easier. At first, waking early may feel difficult. Later, it feels normal. At first, exercise may be uncomfortable. Later, it becomes part of your routine. At first, working toward your goals may require constant effort. Later, it begins to feel like your lifestyle. That is how habits develop. Not instantly, but gradually. Do not ask for the process to become easier. Work on becoming better. Improvement comes through repetition, not perfection. You will have days when you fall short, miss your routine, or lose your focus. Do not remain stuck there. Stand up and begin again. One mistake does not define you. Giving up does. Remember this, laziness becomes stronger when you feed it, and discipline grows in exactly the same way. Each action strengthens one of them. Each choice shapes your character. Each habit influences your future. Choose carefully. The world respects disciplined people because they become dependable. They complete what they begin. They show up consistently. They keep improving. People trust those who can be counted on, and opportunities often move toward people who are reliable. Never understand the power of one disciplined day. One productive day can become a productive week. A productive week can become a productive month. A productive month can become a productive year. Eventually, others may call you successful. They may not see the thousands of disciplined choices behind that success, but you will. So stop waiting for motivation. It may not arrive. Build discipline instead. Choose action over comfort. Choose responsibility over excuses. Choose growth over ease. Every time discipline wins, laziness loses. And whenever laziness loses, your future becomes brighter. One choice, one habit, and one disciplined day at a time. Let me share something important. The biggest battle you will face is not against another person or even against your circumstances. It is the battle inside you. Every day you choose between two possible versions of yourself. One version wants comfort. The other wants growth. One avoids responsibility. The other accepts it. One delays. The other takes action. Every choice you make strengthens one of these two versions. Success comes through the person you become. Think about that carefully. Success follows character. It follows discipline. It follows responsibility. It does not chase people who constantly put things off. It moves toward people who keep improving. That is why becoming matters more than simply achieving. Many people ask, how can I become successful? A stronger question is, what kind of person must I become? Your habits shape your character, and your character shapes your future. Laziness does not control successful people because they never feel tired or discouraged. They feel those things too. The difference is that they do not allow their feelings to make every decision. They let their values guide them. They do what needs to be done, even when the task is difficult and no one is watching. Do not wish for an easier life. Wish to become better. Improvement is not a decision you make once. It is a choice you make every day. Each morning you wake up on time, you become a little stronger. Each promise you keep makes you more trustworthy. Each excuse you reject makes you more disciplined. Slowly, you build a new identity. Identity has great power. If you keep telling yourself that you are lazy, you will begin acting like a lazy person. If you see yourself as disciplined, you will start making disciplined choices. The story you repeat about yourself influences your behavior. So stop saying, this is just how I've always been. Say instead, I am becoming someone better. Growth begins when your belief changes. Think about a tree. It does not become strong in one night. Its roots grow quietly, day after day, season after season, and storm after storm. Eventually, the tree becomes strong enough that the wind cannot easily move it. Your character grows in the same way. Every disciplined choice strengthens your roots. Every challenge adds strength. Every obstacle teaches you how to continue. People often admire successful individuals. They notice the results, the confidence, and the achievements, but they rarely see what produced those results. The early mornings, the hard choices, the sacrifices, and the long periods of consistency. Character is formed privately before it is recognized publicly. Discipline is the link between goals and accomplishment. That link becomes stronger each time you use it. Whenever you choose action instead of an excuse, complete something you started, or keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your discipline. Eventually, discipline becomes part of your identity. It is no longer something you force yourself to do. It becomes something you naturally practice. Imagine waking up each morning and knowing that laziness no longer controls your choices. Imagine facing a difficult task and saying, I will do it anyway. Imagine trusting yourself because your actions have proven that your words matter. That kind of confidence cannot be bought. It must be earned. When you change, your world begins to change as well. Your opportunities may change. Your relationships may change. Your results may change. This does not happen because life suddenly becomes easy. It happens because you become stronger, and stronger people respond to life differently. Temptations will always exist. Distractions will always appear. There will always be reasons to quit. Those things may never disappear. What changes is you. You become someone who refuses to give excuses control. You act before comfort can convince you to stop. You become someone who completes what others abandon. Remember this: your future is not waiting for a perfect version of you. It is waiting for a committed version of you. It is waiting for someone who shows up, stays consistent, and chooses discipline over delay again and again.
But what does to make that decision today? Stop calling yourself lazy. Stop trusting your excuses. Stop waiting for motivation to appear. Instead, become disciplined. Become dependable. Become intentional. Become the person your dreams require.
When you change who you are, the things around you begin to change. Once laziness no longer controls you, success is no longer only a matter of chance. It becomes the natural result of the person you have chosen to become. Here's a simple truth. Laziness survives when you remain still. It grows while you wait. It grows when you overthink. It grows whenever you tell yourself, I will start later. But as soon as you move, laziness begins to lose its hold. Action changes the situation. Many people believe they must feel motivated before they begin. That idea is backwards. You do not always act because you are motivated. Often, motivation appears because you act. One small step creates energy. One finished task builds confidence. One victory makes the next victory easier. This is how momentum begins. Success is made from simple disciplines, repeated every day. Notice where it starts, not with intention, wishing, or hoping, but with action. Simple action, practiced regularly. Think of a train. The hardest part is getting it away from the station. It requires a lot of effort to begin moving. But once the train gains speed, it can continue with much less effort. Your life works in a similar way. Starting may feel difficult, but continuing usually becomes easier. That is why the first step matters so much. Laziness understands this. It does not always try to stop you after you gain momentum. It tries to stop you before you begin. It whispers, start tomorrow. Wait until Monday. You have plenty of time. These messages sound harmless, but they can take years from a person's life. Becoming better means acting before you feel completely ready. It means moving before confidence arrives. Confidence is not usually created before action. It is created through action. Many people spend their entire lives preparing, reading, planning, thinking, and waiting for the perfect chance. But opportunities often become visible only after you begin. The path becomes clearer as you walk along it. Imagine a person standing at the bottom of a mountain. They continue studying the route. They talk about the climb. They wait for perfect weather. Another person takes the first step. Who is more likely to reach the top? The person who moved, not the person who stayed behind. Life rewards movement, not perfection. You do not need every answer before beginning. You do not have to remove every fear. You simply need to start. Often, the first step matters more than the perfect plan. Think about children learning to walk. They fall many times, but they do not decide that they are failures. They stand up and try again. Eventually, walking becomes natural. Progress works the same way. It comes through movement, not through standing still. Every action teaches you something. Every mistake gives you a lesson. Every attempt adds experience. But hesitation teaches very little, because nothing develops while you remain frozen. Discipline connects your goals with your accomplishments, and every action is another step across that connection. Each hour spent improving yourself brings you closer. Every excuse you reject brings you closer. Every difficult task you finish brings you closer. There is great power in completing what you begin. It changes the way you see yourself. You start trusting your own word. You stop saying, I hope I can. You begin saying, I know I will. That confidence cannot simply be handed to you. It must be earned through action. Remember, this energy comes from movement, not waiting. If you feel stuck, move. If you feel discouraged, move. If you feel lazy, move. Read one page, write one paragraph, take one walk, make one phone call, finish one task. Small actions can break large patterns. The greatest danger is not making mistakes. The greatest danger is staying still. While you remain still, time continues passing. Opportunities continue moving, and they rarely wait for long. A successful person is not always the smartest or most talented person. Often, they are simply the person who continued. When others stopped, they kept going. When others hesitated, they acted. When others complained, they continued working. So do not wait for the perfect moment. It does not exist. Create your moment. Take the first step, then take another, and then another. Soon, you will look back and understand that the life you wanted was not created by one massive leap. It was built from thousands of small steps taken with courage and discipline. Movement defeats laziness. Movement creates momentum. And momentum has the power to change a life. Comfort may feel wonderful, but nothing grows there. Every dream you have lives beyond the limits of your comfort zone. Every goal worth reaching asks for effort, sacrifice, and discipline. If success were comfortable, everyone would already have it. But success always asks you to give something more. It asks you to grow. Do not wish for things to become easier. Work on becoming better. This may be one of the most valuable ideas you can understand. Life does not simply become easier. Challenges continue. Problems continue. What changes is you. You become wiser, stronger, and more disciplined. Then the obstacles that once frightened you no longer have the same power. Laziness loves comfort. It tells you to remain where you are, relax, and decide that you have done enough. Growth speaks differently. Growth says, take one more step, learn one more lesson, do one more thing that makes you stronger. The question is, which voice will you obey? Success is built through a few simple disciplines practiced every day. It does not require one extraordinary effort, followed by weeks of inaction. It requires ordinary discipline, repeated daily, and continued over time. That means choosing growth over comfort again and again. Imagine planting a seed. The seed cannot stay comfortable. It must split open, push through darkness, and fight its way through the soil. Only then can it reach the sunlight. Growth always involves discomfort. Without that struggle, there can be no harvest. Your life follows the same rule. Whenever you choose the difficult right action over the easy wrong choice, you grow. Whenever you wake up even though you want to sleep longer, you grow. Whenever you study, instead of wasting time, you grow. Whenever you finish what you started, you grow a little more. Many people ask why success is so difficult. The answer is simple. Success changes you. It requires you to become more than you are today. Transformation is not always comfortable, but it is worth the effort. Think about an athlete. Strength is not developed by avoiding resistance. It is developed by facing resistance. Muscles grow after they are challenged. Your mind, character, and discipline grow in the same way. Without resistance, there is no real growth. Every day, your mind is giving you instructions. Sometimes it says, do the work. Other times it says, maybe tomorrow. Sometimes it pushes you forward. Sometimes it pulls you backward. And the direction of your life depends on which voice you choose to follow. Most people want success. They want a better future, better health, better finances, better opportunities. But wanting is not enough. Now ask yourself, what are you feeding each day? Are you feeding your excuses or your potential? Are you feeding comfort or your dreams? Whatever you continue feeding will grow. Feed laziness, and it becomes stronger. Feed discipline, and it can become one of your greatest strengths. Your future is shaped by what you practice repeatedly. If you continually choose comfort, comfort can become your lifestyle. If you repeatedly choose growth, growth can become your identity. And your identity influences your destiny. There will always be a reason to quit. There will always be a reason to delay. There will always be an easy choice waiting for you. But there is an even stronger reason to continue. The person you are becoming is worth the sacrifice. That person is worth the discipline, the early mornings, the difficult decisions, and the extra effort. One day, people may notice your success, confidence, and achievements. They may admire your discipline. What they will not see are the thousands of moments when you chose growth instead of comfort, continued after others stopped, believed after others doubted, and kept moving while others remained still. Make your decision today. Stop feeding comfort. Stop feeding excuses. Stop feeding the habits that keep you average. Feed your mind with knowledge. Feed your character with discipline. Feed your future with consistent action. Each time you choose growth over comfort, you move closer to the life you want. Laziness may feel comfortable today, but discipline can create a future that comfort never will. Let me leave you with one final thought. Laziness is not your destiny. It is a choice, and choices can be changed. Start today. Start right now. Success is predictable. It is not luck, and it is not magic. It comes from hard work and discipline. Every day, you have two choices. Choose comfort or choose growth. Choose excuses or choose action. Choose the life you have or build the life you truly want. Remember, you do not need to be perfect. You only need to keep moving. One step, one habit, and one disciplined day at a time. Small actions, repeated consistently, create extraordinary results. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. This is your moment. Stand up, take action, defeat your laziness, build your discipline, and become the person your dreams deserve. Your future is shaped by what you do today.